that I
This is
did.
not Facebook material, I hope.
No,
it's
we don't
not.
put it on.
This is
I'm
real
just,
life.
I'm just making sure.
It wasn't even recording. Did you stop it?
No, yeah, I stopped it.
Okay.
Relax, guys.
I just want to feel comfortable before someone says
No, I
something and then they
understand,
see it on
that's fine.
Facebook tomorrow.
Thank you for
You're welcome.
What was my okay. Yeah, so I was crying about all the things that I done, and like this is not like this is real crying. Like I wish that I could go back in time, and I'm the type of person I live very free, and I never thought that I would ever regret those things. I didn't even regret those things last year. It was this year that I started to regret those things, and so like every decision that you make now, the relationships that you get in now are like so vital and so important. You don't want to mess it up, and just make sure God is first in everything that you do. Like the cliche they say, ask what would Jesus do if he was here. Like I'm applying that to my life now, and it helps because I messed up too many times in the past.
Are you sure you regret it and wish that you never did those things?
Oh,
really
yes.
You
do.
would have had testimony.
And just and I think
That's what
if
I
I can
remember
share, I
used to say
understand
that.
what you're saying, and I think every person here has a purpose for why we're in this room right now, and a purpose for being in this world. And I regret things in my life, absolutely, but would I go back and change them? No, there's a difference. I can regret in me knowing that I have given things up of myself that I will never get back. But would I change that? No. My reason is because I hope a beautiful woman like you wouldn't make the same mistakes I did. And if I have to pay that price to make this mistake first, and to God's glory, you won't make that mistake, then I don't regret anything I've done. And that's kind of what the three of us are about, because we've done things. And we hope by getting to know each of you that you will see the pain that comes from the past that we've lived, and that it won't just be your mom and dad telling you, oh, don't do this because, you'll pay the consequence later. Don't do this because you'll go to hell. We have scars. These scars will never go away.
Never.
There are parts of us that none of us are married, and I know, ladies, I know you don't mind me sharing, but none of us are married. One day we will be, God willing, and there are things that we cannot give to our husbands because we've already given those things away. And for every woman in this room, that is something that you can never, ever, ever do.
I'm every guy in this room.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We
I don't
always
mean to
forget
exclude
the men.
anyone.
This
we
is
do.
true. So I was like,
Yeah.
Let you guys speak.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And
Take it all in.
Look, now he
That's
moves
all
it.
you
He's like,
X-Man ho in the house.
man, don't be calling me out like that. Jeez.
Saved by the divine blood. It's a
Touch me
great
first and nonsense.
hey, your sister is saying.
but to go,
Because they were there. No, it's like, Sarah, go ahead.
but
Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm newer. I've met these two ladies, more recent than they've known each other. But the calling that I have is that I work very closely with Pregnancy Decision Health Center right down the street. I don't know if you've drove by it many times probably. But I have a strong calling all my life to single mothers, because that could have been me years ago. It wasn't God's plan for me to be a single mother. I made a choice in my life to not ever make a choice that would have that happen again. So, when I first started talking to Miriam, she was looking for a group to be, more geared towards young ladies, the Sisters for Christ group, and I have a connection to that because when I was in school and I was younger, I didn't attend church for the very first time until 4 years ago. The very first time I never knew God. I was completely didn't believe nothing. And so when I would go to high school and younger and even to college, my friends would take me to church, and then we would go out the next night drinking, partying up, doing whatever. And so that was my image of Christians. And so I really tried, and I try daily, struggle, fail, often, but to lead a better example because I have Christ now than and so I think that as young ladies, that's what we would hope for all of you, is that maybe a lot of you have accepted Christ as your Savior, and how many people in the world out there and that you go to school with, that haven't done that you can speak to. And I just wanted to share one other thing. I don't know if any of you have me on your Facebook, but I get a devotion every morning. I share it with my friends. And when you asked, is it wrong to still want to do these things even though people may go before you and say no? Hebrews 10:26 tells us, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. And so, is it wrong to feel that way? It's not a normal, it's not a natural, but once you have made that decision and you have consciously said, I know this was wrong. And I posted this because it spoke to my heart because I did something, the day before that I knew was wrong, and as I was doing it, I was heavy in sin, and I knew it. And I woke up in the morning, less than 12 hours later, and that was my message for the day. Wow, did that speak to me? And so that's a scary thing, It's, during prayer out here a little bit ago, the pastor was talking about, doing wrong, but not knowing that you're doing wrong, and how scary that is, because you don't know when Christ is coming back. None of us do. And for so many people in the world who don't know what they do is wrong, but if we do know it's wrong and continue to make that choice, there's nothing scarier. Nothing scarier.
I think we can go into testimonies and then
Yeah, I think
discussion.